Welcome once again. Let's jump right in. James chapter 3 and the power of the tongue. There is strong warning for those who wish to become teachers because those who teach and influence are held to a higher standard. Words hold great power, and mastering the tongue is one of the toughest challenges that Christians face. Though small, the tongue can steer the course of a life, much like a bit in a horse's mouth or a rudder on a ship. It can bless or curse, or build up or destroy. This inconsistency highlights the need for a heart transformed by God. A spring cannot produce both fresh and bitter water, and a life shaped by God should reflect purity and peace. True wisdom is neither proud nor harsh. It's gentle, sincere, full of mercy, free from jealousy, and exhibited through peaceful relationships with others. Our words are that sort of primary contact between us and everyone else, and if our hearts are right, we'll use those words to maintain peace. We must pay close attention to how we speak because our words have the power to help or harm. It is easy to say something in anger or frustration without considering its impact on others. When we communicate with love, patience, and kindness, we reflect the heart of God. Our words should not cause division, but should encourage and uplift others. We also need wisdom to avoid jealousy and selfishness. True wisdom is gentle, humble, selfless, and full of mercy. It helps us create peace instead of stirring up conflict. If we want to grow in faith, we must ask God to help us speak and act in ways that honor Him, demonstrating consistency and integrity in word and action. Are you asking God to help guide your words? This idea of jealousy and selfishness, it's taken the best of men and led them to the worst of behavior. Ask for God to help you in your heart and mind, and those words will follow. 3 questions. Number 1, why will teachers incur stricter judgment than others? What are some pitfalls teachers of the Scripture fall into, and how do you avoid them? Everyone, in some sense, is a teacher. Why is there a higher standard for that? And what are some pitfalls of leadership or influence that everyone needs to consider? Question 2, why did God build us with such a powerful and yet untamable tongue? How is the act of controlling the tongue a valuable exercise for you? Exercise, discipline, work. Are you putting in the work to try to learn to control your tongue? Why did God give you such a powerful tool? Of course, the answer lies in the fact that God has great things He wants us to accomplish, so He had to give us something that could do great things. But that kind of power can go both ways. Question 3, quote, jealousy and selfish ambition are often at the heart of the problem for teachers and everyone. What helps you avoid these sins in your life? Jealousy and selfish ambition. This world is filled with that. How are you keeping your heart free of it, or at least purging it out so that you can see Jesus first, then others, then yourself? Let's close with prayer. Glorious Lord, thank you for the gift of words and the power they carry. Help us to use our speech to build up rather than tear down. Teach us to be careful with what we say, speaking with wisdom, patience, and love. When our hearts are troubled, grant us serenity of heart, so our words do not cause harm. Fill us with the kind of wisdom that comes from you, balancing truth and mercy. Help us to be gentle in our conversations and sincere in our intentions. May our words be selfless, without hypocrisy, and consistent tools for establishing peace. The balance of truth and mercy. Sometimes we need to say difficult things, challenging things, but there's a way to do it. A selfless way filled with love that can do a lot of good. May God cause you to have ears to hear that when others need to say it to you, and help you shape your tongue to be useful in His kingdom. Thank you for your attention today.